Critical Mountain Pictures presents the Forex video training series. Black Belt, 5th degree, Forex scams. Forex account managers. Don't have time to trade Forex? Want to be part of the Billionaires Club? If you answered yes to these two questions, then the account manager scam is the fraud for you. You can call our hotline at 1-800-FOREX-FRAUDS. This scam operates by having an investor invest with a professional trader who trades the investor's capital for a percentage of the profits. This can sound appealing, especially to beginners who have no idea what they're doing or don't have time to learn. They figure, well, he's a professional. He must know what he's doing. It's 100 times better than if I tried to trade myself. And the problem with this is that the user is placing complete trust of his or her money in the hands of a complete stranger. In a way, it's like taking candy from a baby. In many cases of managed accounts, the manager actually appropriates funds toward unrelated luxury items such as cars, islands, and castles. When finally caught, the manager is not able to pay back the whole amount of stolen capital, resulting in unhappy clients and multi-million-dollar lawsuits. Yes, we know it sounds extreme, but more often than not it happens, and people can lose their entire investment. Not all account managers are bad, though. Some do have many years of trading experience and are well qualified in trading real money, but that's more the exception than the norm. Some trading platforms even offer an option to let traders act as managers using the account structure of the broker. This prevents an individual from taking the funds to spend on New York Knicks tickets, trips to the Bahamas, or a Porsche Cayenne. While this is the safer option compared to letting an independent manager trade your money, you still lose out on the priceless knowledge and experience gained through studying Forex trading. If there is one thing we want to stress to traders, it's education. There is simply no replacement for experience gained through personal studying and trading. In the end, the only surefire way to be profitable in the Forex market is to be knowledgeable, practiced, and stay disciplined. We leave you with just one question. Would you trust your hard-earned money to a complete stranger? If you're still itching to try out Forex managers, make sure you do your homework and find a credible manager. Sucker systems. Don't be a sucker. Buy my Into the Rainbow system, and you'll be able to make at least $100 million by the end of 10 years. It's like finding the end of the rainbow, but easier. Guaranteed profit, worth hundreds of pots of gold with absolutely no risk. Sucker. You've probably heard or seen similar ads on TV, online pop-ups, or even from your next-door neighbor. I know what you're thinking. This is too good to be true. I mean, I do believe in leprechauns, and I do feel lucky when I eat my Lucky Charms cereal, but I don't know about this system. 9.5 times out of 10, it's a fucking scam. One of the first things you must learn about the Forex market is that although it is enjoyable and exciting, there is no magic button that will instantly turn your pennies into millions of dollars. You may already heard about Forex scams that are littering the Forex world. That's right, they're everywhere. Dishonest people are constantly trying to swindle people every single day. With the relatively new ability in the Forex market, people aren't as familiar with currencies as they are with stocks and bonds. This makes it easier for conning companies and scheming individuals to mislead people into thinking that making their money trading Forex is as easy as clicking a button with their Into the Rainbow system. There is good news and there is bad news. Bad news first. Scams do exist. They are real and they sucker people who think they can't be misled. If caught in a scam, you can and may lose all the money that you invested. However, there is good news. Through this lesson, we'll teach you about the different types of scams out there, how to prepare yourself, and what can you do in case you encounter a scam. We will describe the regulatory agencies that have jurisdiction in scam cases. Remember, not all Forex companies are bad. Just do your research and you'll be fine. Automated systems and robots. These scams encompass expert advisors, also known as EA, and other automated systems. In the Forex world, a robot is a program that strictly uses technical signals to enter in trades and let the human sleep in a hammock on the beach while he makes money. With the push of a button, the robot runs continuously, making trades signaled by mathematical algorithms applied to past price history. In other words, they run automated mechanical systems whether or not the user is in front of the computer. The problem with the robots is that their pre-wired thinking does not compensate for the ever-changing market conditions. Market behavior is dynamic, consistently moving in an infinite variation of 3 movements, up, down, or sideways. Most robots are not programmed for all environments or to recognize a change in the trading environment. As a result, losses can occur and become huge if not closely watched or managed. Now, the scam isn't the robot itself, but how they're marketed. Scammers will often try to sell these robots and automated systems as the holy grail of trading, promising you'll retire sometime next week. And they'll sell them at human affordable prices, ranging from $20 to $5,000. Oh my God, only $20 for the chance to make ridiculous money. That sounds like a bargain. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. If the creator is making such big bucks with his system, why in the fuck would he or she try to sell it and share the profit? And why for only $20? You can barely get a fucking decent meal for that. The only real profit for these fraudulent people is the revenue generated from the sale of their Forex RTD2s. The scammer will try to entice you with historical data and backtesting logs. Oh my God, it's backtested. It must work. And for only $20, that's less than a PlayStation 3 game. Alright, collaborate and listen again. Sure, it might look highly profitable. However, in the Forex market, there is no such thing as a consistent market. Conditions are changing all the time. The past has little effect on a future in a changing market. We don't know for certain that what happened in the past will happen again. There are too many variables to consider. Plus, you don't know if these scammers are making up the results anyway. They could just input random numbers into an Excel file, as most people won't bother checking if they're accurate or not. Our advice? Stay away from automated systems and robots until you become a master trader and programmer. Beginners know nothing about trading or how Forex markets behave, so they will not understand how the robot works, what environments they're best suited for, or how to tweak and adjust the system. It's best to actually learn how to trade consistently before you make the decision to let a program do it for you. Think about it this way. Would you give a total stranger, with no brain to boot, your hard-earned money to invest without having a clue what he or she is doing? Don't think so. Robots can be a great tool, but let's be real. There's no perfect one that will work in all environments all the time. Fuck, even the quaint funds and algorithmic traders on Wall Street can lose money, and they have PhD mathematicians and financial engineers creating their programs. The signal services. Signal services do everything a robot does except for the actual execution of the trade entries. Beside possibly using an automated program, a professional, in quotation marks, trader may generate trading signals, for a small fee of course, for clients to act upon. However, you may be paying for a signal in which you do not know the causes for how the professional came up with. You have no idea what the basis for the trade is, just that the professional is telling you it's a good time to buy or sell. In the end, you are relying on the analysis of a third-party source that is not your own. In a typical signal service, the programmer creates a set of technical indicators and rules, and the program runs to those specifications. If the price action satisfies the conditions of the signal service, then an alert or pop-up will show up for the user to react. It is ultimately up to the user to decide whether to take the signal and trade or not. While this might sound more beneficial as you have a choice on whether or not to take the trade, the signal service is still programmed for a consistent set of rules. Like we mentioned earlier, the Forex market is in a constant state of change. While the signal service might have been profitable in the past, there is no guarantee that it will be profitable in the future. One thing to think about is that the signal service is so profitable, why would the creator want to share the profit? Like robots, the scam isn't the service itself, but the way it's marketed. You may see ads from the scammers that promise you'll make $1 bajillion with their signals. Many traders will look at it and think, $1 bajillion? I could do anything with a fucking $1 bajillion. Now, stop and think about it. If this were true, they most likely wouldn't be running a signals business. Instead, they would be focusing on trading and making a bajillion dollars for themselves. On a personal note, in my first month of trading, the biggest 3 losses I had was actually following a signal service. Some brokers are scammers too. Do you even know that certain brokers were scammers? Believe it or not, there are some brokers who cheat their own clients. One way they do so is by manipulating bid-ask spreads. Normal spreads between brokers would have 2 to 3 pips, but scammers would have spreads between 7 and 8 pips. This may not seem like a lot, but it does add up. Imagine each time a client trades, they have to pay 7 pips. Imagine if he takes just a few trades a day. Multiply that with thousands of other clueless clients, you'd be raking in the dough. Another way is by stop hunting. Remember, brokers know where clients place their stops. Sometimes they'll make a run for those stops, causing their client's position to close out. Fortunately, many, but not all broker shenanigans are considered old school, thanks to new rules from regulatory agencies such as the Commodities Future Trading Commission and National Futures Association. These old scams have been cracked down upon. You should choose a broker that is registered with a regulatory agency. In the U.S., check out brokers registered as a Futures Commission merchant, FCM, with the CFTC and an NFA member. Be wary of those brokers that are not regulated by the CFTC and NFA. You should know that the CFTC and NFA were made to protect the public against fraud, manipulation, and abusive trade practices. Be careful. It's often difficult to distinguish between regulated and unregulated Forex brokers. According to the NFA website, there are only about 2,000 retail Forex brokerages and solicitors of accounts that are not subject to new rules. Of that 2,000, the NFA only has 24 registered member firms. If you do the math, that's only 1% of all Forex brokerages. You can verify CFTC registration and NFA membership status with a particular broker and check their disciplinary history by phoning the NFA at 1-800-621-3570 or by checking the broker firm information at the NFA's website. If you're trading Forex outside the United States, you're in luck. Other countries have regulatory agencies as well and protect individuals as well. More will be mentioned about them later. If the broker in question is not registered or regulated by any national agency, then do not deposit money with them. We warned you, so don't complain if you don't get your money back. Stay away from non-regulated firms. The NFA is stepping up their efforts to educate investors about retail Forex trading. They've created a brochure fit for a Pulitzer Prize called Trading in the Retail Off-Exchange Foreign Currency Market. The NFA recommends you read it before taking the Forex plunge. Once you've verified the membership of a broker to a regulatory agency, it's time to do some real research. Also, don't be shy in asking in the forums. It doesn't hurt to get personal opinions. The regulatory agencies. In the United States, we like to call it the CFTC Big Brother. This agency was developed in 1974 to protect individuals, average cool dudes like you and us, in the futures and commodities trading. Since futures include the currency market, the CFTC naturally protects Forex traders as well. From 1974 to the present, the CFTC has undergone many changes in the hopes of improving trading conditions and creating a level playing field for everyone. The CFTC is also responsible for publishing the Commitment of Traders COT report every Tuesday. I think we've heard about that one. 5 commissioners appointed by the President, the Office of the Chairman, and the agency's operating units make up the Commission. The Commission has 3 offices along with the headquarters located in Washington, D.C., Chicago, Kansas City, and New York. Futures exchanges are also located in these cities, so if you have a problem with them, you can make your way over there. But don't bust out your Uzis and spray them. Just kidding. Don't do that. They're good guys. They're here to help you. Imagine if there was no organization out there to protect you, that there would be a lot of more scammers and brokers that could cheat their clients in a heartbeat. The CFTC provides order in a market that would otherwise be chaotic. The mission of the CFTC is to protect market users and the public from fraud, manipulation, and abusive practices related to the sale of commodity and financial futures and options. In the unregulated Forex market, this regulatory agency would help determine if a Forex company is worthy and reliable. The NFA is an industry-wide self-propelling organization created in 1982 that regulates the futures market in the United States. By self-propelling, we mean that the NFA collects dues in order to sustain itself without having to rely on taxpayers' dollars. If the CFTC is the big brother, we like to call the NFA the little brother. NFA's activities are overseen by the CFTC, government agency responsible for regulating the U.S. futures industry. The NFA's mission is to ensure futures industry integrity, protect market participants, and enforce NFA members to meet their regulatory responsibilities. These rules and regulations provide market integrity and a level playing field for all, not just for investors. Over time, they have been making significant progress. In order to resolve futures-related issues, the NFA began an arbitration method in 1983. In 1991, a mediation program was developed as a faster way to resolve disputes. In late 2001, the NFA started to accept claims online. Members could also start registering in online of 2002. Some of the foreign regulatory agencies and if you want to know more about those, please visit their respective websites.